Well, today we are in Sekuru, some place called, how do we call this place?
Mlangoni.
Mulangoni, Sekuru. Yes, we have Mr.Ben Musyoka. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. 34 years. Karibu sana walimu. Nimeshukuru.
Yes,
Long time.
long time.
How did you grow up?
I grew up in a very rural setting,
Yes.
in the sense that when I was young, the times were very different from what we have today. It was a very basic life. We just grew up as peasants' children.
A little timid boy from Mulangoni.
I wasn't timid, but I was very small physically,
Yes.
so that by the time I was clearing my primary school, I was still the size of a standard 3-4 kid.
So when
So
was that?
I cleared my primary school in 1979.
1979.
Yes. And when I went to Form 1, I was so small that I couldn't even climb a double decker. I had to be assisted onto the upper bed.
Okay. You went to Mulangoni.
School. That time, Mlangoni was not there.
Yes.
There were only around 3 schools this side of Sekuru.
Yes.
That is, there was Katumbi, there was Masiungwa, and there was Kaningo.
Yes. So from here to Katumbi, it's around 4 kilometers.
This is not my original home place.
Yes. Oh, so you relocated from?
I relocated from where my parents are currently, from where we were that time to Katumbi. It was around 8 kilometers, I would
8
say.
kilometers.
8, 9 there.
So you used to cover 16 kilometers a day from to and fro.
Easily,
Yes.
16 kilometers.
Yes.
And my early life was not easy.
Yes.
My parents were not working. My father was just a peasant farmer.
Yes.
My mom was just a housewife, as it was
Yes.
common that time.
Yes.
My father was a bit literate. He went through the Ngumbaro system,
Yes.
so he was literate, but most of the people that time were illiterate, I would say.
Yes.
And because he wanted us to be good, to have a chance in life, he struggled and took us to school. In our family, we were 8. 4 sisters,
Yes.
4 girls, 4 boys.
Yes.
Some went to school, others did not go to school because of the circumstances at that time. Like our eldest sister did not go to school. The second born was also a girl. She went to school. Actually, that is the one who paved way for us to go to school.
Now the second born.
I'm the third in line. So I also went. The sister after me did not go to school, but the others now, the other one was a boy. This boy you are seeing here, the bro you are seeing here, not a boy anymore.
Yes.
That one went to school, and the others after that went to school, but the others, because of the challenges, they could not.
The challenges. Yes.
They had to tend to the shamba, adding goats and the little livestock we had. Somebody had to take care of that. And therefore, during that time, it was not a given that all would go to school. It was a Katumbi.
Yes.
I went to Machakos Technical School.
Yes.
At that time, the school system was not the way we have today. We had levels of schools, yes, just like we have today, like we had the national schools.
Yes, the A levels.
No, the national schools, academic, We had the national schools, technical. Then we had the others now, the provincial schools, the district, and then the Harambee schools. So I went to a national school at technical.
So what was I mean the subjects were are they just the same students are learning today, biology, chemistry?
No. The technical education was totally different. That is why I'm calling
totally-
it. That's why I'm categorizing the schools into academic and
Yes,
technical.
and technicals. So what was the difference?
The difference was the curriculum that we followed.
Yes.
In the technical schools, we were more into the technical aspects. Like I never learned biology.
Yes.
I never learned history. I
Yes.
never learned CRE. Those were not in our syllabus. Kiswahili was there, but it was optional. We were taught.
So you had to pick
we were,
between
no, we were
Kiswahili.
taught up to Form 2. Then from there, if you want to do Kiswahili, you teach yourself.
You teach yourself.
You go for the books, you teach yourself, you sit for the exam.
That's-
Same way.
Yes.
So I did Kiswahili Fasihi as an optional subject, and the others were the technical school subjects. I was specializing in mechanical.
Yes. Mechanical.
They call it mechanical engineering this time.
Yes. Yes.
So by the time I was finishing Form 4, actually I could fit into industry.
Yes.
I could do a lot of machine work. I could run very many industrial machines.
Yes.
And therefore, issue of academic studies, we used to call them academics. We were not into that. So what happened is that after Form 4, the technical education did not have a pathway, a direct pathway. So there was no way to university through the technical education. So we had to go back to the academic path now. So after Form 4, I went to A level, the normal now academic schools.
Yes.
I was at Nyeri High School, taking mathematics, physics, and chemistry.
Yes.
And those are the only options that we had as
Yeah, so
technical
basically
student.
you did mathematics, physics and chemistry. There was no biology,
No, I've never
No.
done biology in my life.
no Kiswahili.
Kiswahili, no. That one I could not fit.
How was life in Machakos?
Machakos wasn't bad.
Yes.
Actually, I would say it wasn't really bad. It was a good school, and we were molded into responsible citizens.
Yes.
And I am happy that I went there because I grew
Yes.
and I gained the skills that I'm still using even up to today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you know in high school there used to be a belief that when you are in Machakos boys you must be having a girlfriend in either Matungulu girls, Machakos girls.
It wasn't like that. It was like this.
Yes.
Machakos Tech
Yes.
and Machakos girls
Yes.
were poles apart. Actually, we did not like one another.
Yes.
They were not our friends.
Yes.
And I remember one time they came to stage a play at our school, and they were actually pelted with the missiles by our boys.
Yes.
And the play could not be staged because they were friends to Machakos High School.
So there used to be that hostility
It
between
was there
Machakos
because they
High
were
School
closer
and-
to Machakos boys than to Machakos Tech.
Yes.
So Machakos Tech was closer to Vulia girls. There were girls who used
Yes,
to come from
Vulia.
somewhere, Vulia girls. They used to come visiting, easy weekend challenge and all that. I
Weekend
used to see them
challenge.
there. So those were closer to us. But Machakos girls, ilikuwa inaitwa California.
California.
We used to call it California.
Amazing.
So California were not very close.
Yes. Let's say Violia girls ulikuwa na kamurembo huko, you used to write to letters, so you are a focused charm.
I used to see them come.
Yes.
And there were those who used to write. I was very small by then. Let me tell
Yes.
you.
Yes.
I was very small. If you saw me at Form 4,
Yes.
you would not believe that I would be into those things. And actually, I wasn't into those.
Yes. But I saw basically the height and everything helped you not to get a girlfriend in high school. Amazing.
Primary school.
Yes.
When I went to primary school, I told you I was a very small thing. You know, that time we used to gauge whether you can go to school by holding your hand here.
Yes.
So I could not, my hand could not reach the tip of my ear here
Yes.
because I was very small.
Yes.
So I stayed at home. My father used to gauge. Nasema hunjafikia. So by the time I was going to school, I
Yes.
was around 9 years.
Oh my goodness.
And then when I went there, I found people. We were in standard 1, but people the size of this gentleman here.
And
So kuna
yes.
wale size hii na kuna wazee.
So basically it was not about the age. Kama sasa hivi vile tunasema mtoto akifikisha 4 years anaenda
Then
shule.
we go to standard 1 at 15.
Yes.
So in primary school, even boys used to have girlfriends, let me tell you.
Yes.
And we used to see them. But hatukuwa na hizo. I was too small even. So what made me stand out was that academically then,
Yes.
I was not at their level.
You are smart champ.
I was way beyond them. And when we sat for that exam that time,
Yes.
I scored everything.
Yes.
36 points out of 36 points.
36 points out of 36 points. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Yes.
Even to get a 25 was an achievement. And this side,
Yes.
I think I can only recall 2 people who managed that this side of. It's
It's
only me
Yes.
and another cousin of ours called Robert Musembi.
Robert
He is the
Musembi.
chairman to my committee here. That boy also scored 36 out of 36.
Family committee.
Yeah, from a very rural setting.
Yes.
And that is why we managed to go to the technical, because the technical schools were taking the best.
Yes.
They were taking the best.
Yes.
So when you get there, you find that in your class, if you have got that 2 points out of 36,
Yes.
actually you came there by affirmative action. Maybe you came from Tana River or Northeastern,
Yes.
but from the others,
Yes.
unakuta wote
Yes.
ni wale walikafunga kabisa.
So basically, Machakos Technical was used to host the smart champs.
They were
Okay,
smart.
scare like me, I'm the smartest
Kuna
champ
watu
here.
pale.
Yes.
And therefore, when I was Katumbi,
Yes. Yes.
I used to be into books.
Yes.
Yeah,
And what was your dream high school apart from now Machakos?
you know, during that time, we had no exposure whatsoever
Yes.
about which one is a good school,
Yes.
which one is whatever. When we were in primary school, we used to see Cuso boys.
Yes.
Cuso boys is here.
Yes.
So they used to, after they were closing about a week earlier than us. So I used to see the boys come there, very smart. They used to come in their uniform to show us that they are in secondary school.
Yes.
So I was like, hey, nikimaliza hii shule, lazima niende Cuso. Because that is where the boys from Katu, most of them, even one of my uncles was there. So they used to come and and ile swag ya school boys.
Ile swag ya school boys.
Yeah.
Si ni maboys wa Cuso boys.
Boys wameiva.
Yes.
So our dream was to go to Cuso. My dream was to go to Cuso boys and join the others.
Yes.
And when it came to choosing schools, you know, when you are sitting registering,
Yes.
to choose schools. So we did not know any school beyond Cuso. So even that Machakos boys, or that Machakos Tech, it's the head teacher who chose it for me.
The Katumbe teacher.
He was my
Can you recall his name?
he's my uncle.
Yes.
Naitwa Cleophas Kasinamwei.
Cleophas Kasina. Actually, I think it's an household name, Kasina.
Kasinamwei
Yes.
is the father to MC Akila,
Yes.
and he was the one who was guiding us. So he told me that you are good. You select a school beyond what you are saying here. So tukamwambia wewe tujazie zile unaona ni nzuri.
Zile mnaona ni
So if it were, if we knew anything, maybe we would have chosen Alliance High School or
Yes.
some whatever, and I'm sure I would have gone there.
yes.
Yeah, because there were others from around Sekuru who scored similar marks and they went to Alliance. Like there's a friend of mine called Kiambi Kavali.
Yes.
Kiambi Kavali went to Alliance Girls while I was at
While you were
at
at
Machakos Tech.
Yes.
And then later on we met at university.
Yes.
Yes.
Now after high school, now you joined the university.
Yes, but before I joined university,
Yes.
I sat for my A level in 1985.
Yes, 1985.
That time there was a lag between going to university and completing the A levels because of an issue that had arisen from the 1982 coup.
Yes.
So the university was closed for almost 2 years. So that lag was still there. We had to complete from 6.
Yes.
Then you wait for 1 year before you can go to university.
The university.
So after my A level, I went teaching hii inaitwa UT. Mwalimu wa
PTA.
wa PTA. So that is why I met Kiambi. We were teaching at Sekuru Secondary, 1986 after A level.
Yes.
Up to 1987. Then from 1987, from 87 around February, we were taken to National Youth Service.
Yes.
That time it was compulsory. Ilikuwa inaitwa pre-university.
Ilikuwa pre-university, so after high school ilikuwa mandatory.
It was mandatory. Before you register
Yes.
at the university, you had to show the certificate that you went to NYS. That was the one you were producing first. Then the others came later. So to register, you had to produce that certificate of NYS, and then the others. And if you did not go, then you had to have an exemption letter. It was being granted through medical grounds.
Yes.
Madaktari walikuwa wanapewa this one exempt because of a medical condition. But it was mandatory.
But
so
the ground rules were you have to go to NYS. So
yes.
after going to NYS, what did you specialize in? Ama you still uliendelea tu na mechanical engineering?
No.
Yes.
After NYS, I went to university. I did not qualify for the engineering courses.
In NYS now?
No. NYS we were just doing basic askari.
Yes.
Ni askari ile kupiga kiatu boot to turn left to right about time. So they were just instilling discipline into us.
Yes.
But after that, now I went to KU where I pursued a Bachelor of Education degree in science. I was specializing in chemistry and physics. That time there was a categorization. You could be a major or you could be a minor. So I was a major, a chemistry major. And a physics minor. I was only taking very few units in physics, but very many in chemistry. And
Mathematics.
No, you were only teaching two subjects.
Two
so I dropped mathematics.
Yes.
I took physics and chemistry. I majored in chemistry and a minor in physics. And then from there, we were just you joined the teaching service.
Now, in university, who used to pay for your school fees?
In university, it is the government that was paying.
Everything, fully.
Everything, including food and accommodation. And it's like a loan. You are just
the help loan.
The help, but it was covering. And the parent was not producing a single coin. We used to enjoy the services of the government.
How about in Machakos boys?
In Machakos Tech,
yes,
it is my parents who were paying.
You used to raise money, wanalima ndengu.
My parents were wanalima, but alone they could not manage. So there was also a brother-in-law who actually shouldered most of their fees, anaitwa Mwinde Jonas.
Jonas Mwinde.
He's married to my sister, and he actually took up that responsibility because he saw that alone my father could not take me through school. And therefore he stepped in. The same thing happened, but this time he was not very much involved with his brother here, my young brother.
Yes.
He's called Joseph. Joseph was also a very bright student, very bright.
Yes.
And when he sat for the KCPE in 1988, I think, he scored the highest marks this side of the county.
Yes.
And he went to Alliance Boys.
Yes.
So the fees at Alliance was astronomical. So my father, the family, and all that used to chip in.
Yes.
Even when I was a student at university, I was paid that fees because that time we used to be given a stipend.
Yes.
By the government. It was called boom.
Yes.
But while we were science, we used to call it 7 factorial.
7 factorial.
7 factorial is when you take 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7.
Yes.
That product comes to 5,040 shillings.
Yes.
So the scientists used to call it 7 factorial.
7 factorial.
So that 7 factorial, that time it was a lot of money, my friend.
Yes.
So I used to use part of it to pay his school fees. But actually we used to, it was just money for enjoyment. Wale walikuwa wanalewa ekes.
Yes.
Unaenda kununua kunapiga
tusichana.
Huko unajua zina story. So we used to just have that money, but everything was catered for, and the food was actually
cheap basic commodities. Yes.
Chakula hata mimi when I was working I could not afford that food. The food that were being served.
Yes.
Even during my working time I could not afford that kind of menu. So mambo ya fees hatukuwa na hiyo. Fees ilikuja later when they scrapped.
Yes.
Those things, and then ikawa sasa ni kujisimamia. Hizi ilikuwa inaitwa structural and customary programs among. That is what took away that money, and the students' life changed forever.
Yes.
Up to today, we were not struggling.
Actually, I think the whole education sector really changed after you guys were done with university. When Kibaki came, Kibaki did a few things, but now if you look at the education sector, it's crippled.
That's you cannot compare what the kids are going through.
Yes.
With what you are going through. The kids are really struggling.
Yes.
And it is actually a blessing ukipeleka mtoto wako pale na amalize salama. There are too many competing variables.
Yes.
Kwamba they can derail them ama ziwapeleke maisha yao ikuwe imebadilika forever. So the university life has really changed.
Yes.
And even hata hii ya secondary it has really changed because ukiangalia nyinyi mmesoma saa hii.
Yes.
During our time we did not have distractions like technology. So saa hii hata mtoto akiwa primary anataka simu, akiwa secondary akiwa na simu anaonekana kama ni outcast, moved on. But like in 1998 I was posted as a principal Ngomeni Secondary.
Yes, 1998.
Yeah.
Yes.
I declined that appointment.
Of becoming a principal?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. On what grounds?
I'm not very keen on. I wasn't very keen on.
The administrative
I
role.
was just an assistant, but I wasn't. I wasn't so much into being a principal. And there were also other factors. Like that time, you have seen my kids here.
Yes.
In 1997, I got my first children.
Yes.
They are a set of triplets.
Yes.
The triplets.
They were
3
Yes.
years ago.
Yes.
And they were a very big challenge to us, me and my wife. And I could not go far from those kids.
Yes.
And I had to weigh between living out with these kids. They were getting sick every now and then. And I could not imagine going to Gomeni,
Yes.
and then she's here, and every other week they are sick. So I continued at Sekuru.
That was in 1998.
98 years.
Yes.
Then 98 up to 2004. That is when I was moved. I was posted to 2 schools as a principal, actually.
Yes.
Ganga,
2 schools at a go.
At the same, 2 letters at the same time.
Yes.
Ganga Secondary School.
Yes.
In Tharaka.
Yes.
And Tiaka Madale.
Yes. In Mumoni.
Mumoni.
Yes.
I wasn't keen, but I was told that now if you keep on declining these things, it will not be reflecting well. And then the people who are actually into that.
Yes.
One of them was the retired deputy secretary at TSC, Simon Kavisi. Simon Kavisi was my teacher at Machakos Tech.
Yes.
And he comes from around.
From Sekuru.
Yes, he comes from Sekuru, near Sekuru,
yes.
the deputy secretary. And he was also a member of the board at Sekuru Secondary. So I found it difficult to just be told to go, and then I just tell him, no, I'm not ready to go. So I decided to go to Tiaka Modale.
To Tiaka. So you've been to Tiaka Modale?
Yes, I was there.
Yes. When was that?
2004.
Yes.
I was the principal there up to 2007. Then I stayed there, but it was a difficult post.
Yes.
There were too many political issues in that school.
Yeah, I think that yes, politics from parents, from whichever end, really.
No, it is the leadership that was problematic. You know, you find that you have a board that is being commanded by a single person. There was a politician, I'm not going to name names here, but he was actually the person who had the say. The board was powerless. So, and he wasn't a very nice character to interact with. For one, he's not very literate. And then he wants to dictate everything. He is a member of the board. He is a signatory to the school accounts. He is a supplier to the school. Everything comes from his shop or his sister's shop. So I found it very difficult to operate in that environment.
Yes.
Then when there were rules, there were new guidelines from the government.
Yes.
That the members of the board must be up to Form 4.
Yes.
So when their tenure came to an end, we went to nominate the board. And he was one of the members. The community now said that he should be in that panel. So when we went there, actually he refused to have anybody who has seen papers being a member of that board.
Yes.
So when we were there at the DEO's office, that it was called that time, when we raised that issue, that man insulted us. Even the DEO was insulted. Then we said, now let's give him his people so that we can see how far he's going. So we just put names there of people who are standard 2 dropouts and all that.
Yes.
When the list went to Jogo House, it was actually returned that these don't qualify. The same thing happened that was in 2006. In 2007, the same thing happened. So I operated without a board for almost 3 years.
Yes.
That was my life now. That is the life I wanted.
Yes.
Hii mambo ya hiyo ukubwa mimi sipende. I don't have that that issue at huyu ni mkubwa. I'm very down to earth. My life is simple.
Yes.
Hata hawa watoto watakwambia my life is very simple.
Very simple.
Hata nikiwa huku Chaza kamzee ka village sina hizo story.
Yes.
And my friends here na wale vijana tu wa huku. So I stayed at Precious Blood from up to when 2021.
2021.
So 2021.
Yes.
The TSC now forced us to go back again to school and administration.
Yes.
You know, My grade was that of a principal,
Yes.
but I was in the classroom. So around 2017, they took all those who are the grade of a principal back to administration.
Yes.
Mimi si kwenda because I did not want. So I told my principal then, usipeleke jina langu. Mimi sitaki kwenda. So tukakanyagia jina. Na tukakaa. Then 2017, yes. No, 2017. 2020.
Yes.
We were uploading the TSC is digitizing the systems. So we uploaded our particulars on the TSC website.
Yes.
The moment mine appeared there, I got a call from the regional director.
Yes.
And I was asked, what are you doing there while your colleagues have already gone to? So I was transferred through the phone. Nikaambiwa, it was on a Tuesday.
There was no official letter, no official communication. Yes.
So I was told it was on a Tuesday.
Yes.
So I was told by Friday I should be at Kanduya. The letter will follow.
Yes.
And my principal was not there then. Nikaambiwa nipea namba ya principal. Nikampea, akapigiwa, akaambiwa, tomorrow go and release this teacher, we want him here. Na nikaambiwa kwenda. So nikaenda Kanduya that way. It was not that I wanted to go back to
that was in 2021.
I just wanted to finish my service.
Yes.
Nikiwa sina stress. So I went to Kanduya. I found a school that had a very supportive staff.
Yes.
Na nikamalizia pale in June this year.
Oh, so basically you retired this year June.
Yeah, but I was serving as the deputy then. Lakini hiyo ilikuwa ya kuforsiwa, si ile ya ati unataka hii kazi. No, unajua unaenda pale unakuta wale watoto walikuwa wanafunza. Ndio sasa mkiitwa meeting ndio wako pale. Hiyo hata
unaona haileti.
Hakuna maana sasa mzee kwenda kunyang'ana
na watoto wadogo. Yes, and and how did you manage to support your family while still working? How was life with triplets?
These people, this is the second one.
Yes.
They were also very good at school. So
very smart.
They were very smart. And when they completed their class 8, one was called to Nairobi School.
Yes.
The other one was called to Maryhill Girls. Those are national schools.
Those are national schools.
Then the other one went to Boni Girls. It became a national school while she was halfway there.
Yes.
And the fees there was here.
Yes, it's really...
It was here.
Yes.
Nairobi School, I think we used to pay an average of 96,000
per year. Yes.
Same with Maryhill, 96,000 per year. At Boni we were paying around 70,000.
Yes.
And they were in the same class. So Sini struggled too.
We could struggle.
Their mother. We did everything. Whatever little we had went away with school fees. And somewhere around when they were in Form 2, one of our family friends secured some scholarship for the boy at Nairobi School.
Yes.
So that one at least took off 96,000 for my fees bill.
Yes.
So I was left with Maryhill.
With Maryhill and Boni.
And Boni Girls.
Yes.
At Maryhill, I used to pay through what you call standing charge.
Yes.
They were deducting the money at my salary points, because I knew if I got that money in my hands,
yes,
maybe you get your salary today and tomorrow somebody dies.
Yes.
You know,
and so now you have to redirect the funds.
It was that even if somebody dies,
yes,
my kid is still taken care of. So I was paying through a standing charge. And the other one at Boni, now that one we were just struggling, and then we paid that fees.
Yes.
And my family was supportive. Even my brother Joseph here, at one point or another, he also paid some fees for the girl at Mboni. Mimi mambo ya business siwezi, naonanga mama yao alikuwa anaweka ka shop inakaakaa, nasikia sijui iko when I go I come back and I find a padlock na nguo iko, so I don't know where it used to go. It used to come and go.
It used to evaporate just
we just
now from that experience ukasema
our side hustle was just farming, livestock.
Yes.
So we have a few goats and a
few cows.
Yeah.
Yes.
So those ones were the ones that we could actually manage within our schedule. You know, business, she's a teacher.
Yes.
And she can never be there throughout. So when you entrust your business to others, hata kama ni wako namna gani, one day or another,
yes,
they will surprise you.
Yes.
So tunaona hiyo aso ya kwamba you are supervising this afadhali kwamba we concentrate on what is essential, then later on maybe we'll do something, and that is exactly what we'll be doing, because now I'm full-time here. Yes. Now we can think of something that can be sustainable. Yes. That can be supervised a bit more diligently. Yeah, that is what we have. But now the kids walimaliza na tukawa when they finished they
finished high school.
Yeah, they completed high school.
Yes.
And the three of them went to university at the same time. The firstborn went to Seku. Yes. I'm saying firstborn because the firstborn by a few minutes.
A few minutes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Went to Seku.
Yes.
She was doing procurement and supply chain management. The second one, the secondborn now by a few minutes.
Yes.
She went to Moi University.
Yes.
When it was a university, and she was doing law.
She's a lawyer.
So she's a lawyer now.
Yes.
Doing some ASO in Parliament. Then the third born, who happens to be the tall man you saw here.
Yes.
Went to Nairobi University, pursuing pharmacy.
Yes.
He's a doctor.
Yes.
I'm with a doctor.
Daktari.
Daktari more. And so they went to university at the same time. Now, when they went to university, you know, there are these issues of health. And mine did not take loans. Because now you take a kid there, anatoka akiwa anadaiwa karibu 1 million. Na kazi ni hii. So huyo mtoto anaanza at a disadvantage.
Yes.
So it was better kunjinyima, and they come out without any encumbrances in way of loan. So they finished. And maybe you get a chance to interview one or two at the end of the session.
Yes.
And now wakwambie.
Now after
the last born is a boy.
Yes.
He is now a first year at Meru University of Science and Technology.
Yes.
Pursuing these ICT things. Nowadays watu wanataka
digital economy.
Wanataka digital.
Yes.
So mambo ya hiyo so he is there. Yeah. So that is the family now and the academic.
Yes.
Okay. He's slightly older. So when he started working, I was still in high school. Okay, I joined the working fraternity when he was still there. I would say our lowest moment in our life is when we lost our dad.
Yes.
That was back in April 2000.
Yes.
I had just started working, and it was something we had not expected. And because he was not sick, he just he went to the shamba and then came back, and he was unwell, and he had to be taken to the hospital, and then that was it.
Really tragic.
Yeah, so that was our lowest moment. Yeah, because
that was in 2002.
2000. Yeah, we expected him to live more.
and at least see
so that we can a little bit become stable.
Yes, and
Have families. So him, he had a family. I did not have a family at that time, so it was a big blow to us as a family. Many things were not yet in place, so it is him who was left now to fix all those things that the mzee left. So he became our father actually. Now we have had a very cordial relationship.
Yes.
Me and my brother, we get along very well. We have done many things together. We have had many projects, and we have not seen any things coming in between. We get along well. Actually, we are just one family.
Yes.
Because even his children, when they were in school, they have been staying with me. When they are in Nairobi, I'm staying with them. So we have no issues. We are just one good family. We people, I always consult him, and many times when he's doing things, he also comes to me. This is what I want to do. So we always advise each other. So as a family, we have no issues.
So your home is around this region or where you relocated to?
Okay, I live here. Actually where we are, this is my house.
This is home.
This is my home. Okay, me and my bro, we live here. He lives on the other side, but we have to do the interview here because there's a lot of things going on there.
Yes.
Because of the function, there's a lot of noise there. But he moved here first, and then I joined him later. When I got married, I joined him here. So we have been living here, the two of us.
Yes.
The other siblings, the other brothers live on the other side.
Yes.
With my mom. So that's how close we are. We grew up together, although he was older. Because when he was in high school, I think I was still in primary school. So when I went to high school, he was finishing his university education. So he's somebody I've always been looking up to. Because he has always been there to guide me. So from that time, we have lived together, let me say virtually, because even when I'm on vacation, I would go to stay with him. So he's somebody who has been very close to me.
Yes.
And up to now, it didn't start even with the passing away of our dad. It has been there. Me and him, we are very close. He guided me through my high school so that I could take my education. And at some point, when he began working, he started paying my fees at high school and even at the university. So he's somebody who has been very close to me. No, as a father, nobody wants to go through that, because I feel for the parents. Maybe you want your child to come home healthy, you want to celebrate Christmas with your family, but now they are not there. It's a sad moment.
Yes.
And I would say, I think the government can do much better. I try much as possible to refrain from politics.
Yes.
But I would say the government can do much better. There's a lot that can be done, because you see, when those young kids who are being abducted, you look at them, there's a message they are trying to pass across to the government. But I think the government can do much better to listen to their voice. There's something they are trying to do.
Yes.
You don't solve a problem by creating another problem.
Yes.
I think there should be a voice of reason where they can come and engage with them. But when you threaten them, you don't put out a fire. Although they say there's that saying that says, you know, you use fire to put out fire. But I would say you don't extinguish a flame by igniting another one.
Yes.
You make it worse. So I think it's really sad, because I would say, you know, if I'm the one, how would I be feeling? No, there'll be no Christmas, there'll be no New Year, because you are there, you're feeling sad, you don't know whether your next of kin is alive or dead. So I think the government should listen to them.
Yes. Now, how can you describe your father in 3 words?
He was 3 words.
3 words.
Best father ever.
Best father ever. So you have had that cordial relationship with him as a dad. You've been very close. You are the elder son.
Yes, I am.
Who is in charge of the family.
I'm the eldest.
So, so Daktari is in charge.
Yes.
I think it was, I would say, ordinary. What you'd expect of childhood. Playing the games with the people I know, growing up, experiencing life, ups and downs, and finally here we are. I cannot say it was not difficult, but it was not easy either. Like life, I think there is that balance of good times and bad times. I've had them all. Yes, and
was your father a strict disciplinarian? Like when you mess with whatever rules had been set, did he used to?
I have very bad memories about that. Terrible
memories about that.
Yes. I cannot say it was out of hand or cruel. It was just part of parenting. Like I deserved it. See it ilikuwa bure. So yeah. In the last 1 year, I have seen 2 parents bury their children. Okay, that's a worst case scenario, but the fact that your child is missing, I think that's a heavy burden on any parent. I don't think any parent wants to have that not knowing where the child is, especially in such circumstances. So for those parents, all I would say is I hope they find their children. I hope they come back healthy and safe. And I really hope that they do find their children. What I can say is sio ngumu, but you have to put your heart in it. Si kitu unaweza fanya tu juu. It's something you have to dedicate yourself to. And that's all that's required. It does not require you to be extremely sharp or anything. It requires dedication.
Yeah. Are you the wakili?
Yes.
This is Betty. This is Ariel. Angel. Oh, amazing. So, in 3 words, how can you describe your dad?
Uncle.
Your uncle.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's funny, smart, and very funny.
Very funny. Yes. Betty, how can you describe your dad? In 3 words.
3 words.
Yes.
Supportive, very supportive. As she said, extremely funny. And he's a family guy.
A family guy.
Yes.
Is very funny, so he's good at cracking jokes.
Yes.
Yes.
Always.
Now, how can you, in a scale of 1 to 10, where can you rank your friendship between you and your dad?
10 out of 10.
10. You?
Me.
Yes.
10.
10 out of 10. So he's a perfect dad.
Yes.
Well, how was your early life, Betty?
Growing up, I'm sure he already spoke about where he used to teach.
Yes.
So
you used to live there?
No. He, because of his job,
Yes.
we lived here. But we went to school in Kamuongo, St. Francis for primary school.
Yes.
So the only time you would see him was when schools were closed. Until when he moved to Precious Blood in Mwingi, then he was a bit closer to our school. So when school closed, we would go there. So we would spend more time than when he was in, the other schools in Sekuru. I don't remember when he was in Sekuru because we were quite young.
Quite young.
But for the other schools, we would only meet here once schools closed. So we grew up more like, because of his job and our school, more apart. Until high school, then university.
And what really inspired you to venture into law?
Law. First of all, my father is a very scary man when it comes to education. He was very scary. Alikuwa ananiambia wewe usisome. Nikiask my brother, so usome. Utakuja hapa nyumbani, ananiambia brother zangu, utakuja hapa nyumbani nikuwekee kinyozi. So you had no option but to actually study. So when I did my KCSE, I got an A-, and my choices were either medicine or law. I don't remember the other courses I applied for. I just knew that I wanted to do law. So when I didn't quite qualify for medicine, then my second best option was law. But we have a doctor now, so that is taken care of.
That is taken care of. Okay. When was your lowest moment with your dad and the entire family?
I don't know, maybe growing up, it was always very easy when he came home, like the day he would come home. I think that used to be the highlight of the entire holiday. He used to bring these snacks, but we are still young, the age of these ones. But then I think it would be so hard when he would go back, like when he would, because he always left earlier than us because of school. He had to travel earlier, then we would go the next day for school. We were in boarding school. I think that used to be so hard growing up, but with time we got used to it. But family-wise, I think that used to be the hardest part of growing up, when he had to go back to school as well. Yeah.
How about you? The lowest moment with your uncle?
I don't have any low moments with him.
So it has been always highest moment, good vibes, and inshallah.
They found him in his school dad era.
Oh, in his school dad era.
Yes.
Oh, that was really, really amazing. You are in which profession?
I've just finished high school.
Oh, you've just finished high school.
Yeah.
Which school?
St. Angela's.
St. Angela's Kitui. You are going to university next year.
Yes.
God willing.
Nowadays it's so easy to tell him, sikuja tukae huku Nairobi. He has I feel like he has all the time in the world now. And then we talk a lot more, because now when he was teaching, you'd most likely only get him on phone in the evening. Nowadays you call him, he's very available. So I feel like the biggest part of him retiring is, I feel like his time has opened up more. So we have more time, whether he's at home, whether he comes to Nairobi, we have more time with him, which was not always there before. Yeah.
And what profession would you like to venture in, maybe after you join university next year? Law. So you also want to do law?
Yes.
That's some amazing news. Now, Betty.
Yes.
We are in Christmas Eve, festivities, sherehe, kukula mbuzi, kufanya kitu, and 3 boys have been abducted, 3 Gen Zs.
Yeah.
Their parents don't know anything about them. They have been traced in every other police station with no trace. How can you describe that as a lawyer?
As a lawyer, it's not my job to speculate, given that we, all these bodies have come up saying, oh, we don't know, we didn't take them. So as a lawyer, it's my job to actually find out, did they actually get kidnapped by the government, as everybody's alleging, or not? And if they did, then we have to know better than to just abduct a person. If you feel like whatever they have done, because I think in the legal profession is what you'd consider something that is treasonous. Whenever you imagine an act of treason, an act of killing the president, then it is considered under the penal code as being treason.
Yes.
So the best way in the legal profession would have been to arrest these people in the proper way, charge them, and then produce them in a court of law. But when you go, behind the doors and you're snatching them off the streets, and that becomes a whole, something that is extrajudicial outside of confines of the law. So yeah, my opinion as an advocate is that if and a very big if this is what has actually happened, that they got kidnapped by someone in the government, produce them, arrest them, follow the right channels of the law. But if it's not, then I hope they're safe wherever they are, or whoever has them can, at least have the heart to produce them at some point.
And one last question: what advice would you give to the young generation or Gen Zs like this girl over here who wants to venture into law?
I think I let me tell her, she already knows our standpoint, because as I said, we grew up with that mentality of you must read. And again, my parents used to tell us, angalia kwenu, angalia penye umetoka. There are kids that used to say, nimetoka Nairobi, nimetoka wapi, angalia penye umetoka. And then think forward. Don't like, si uangalia uko na ukwame hapo, or stay in that woe is me moment. Angalia penye umetoka, and think about a way to change your background. So for Angel and for her sisters, that's Gabriela, that's Celestine. For them, and I have also told them the same thing that my parents said, angalia penye umetoka. If your parents even have a small amount of money, it is not yours. Work for yours. Find a way for yourself in a way that is impactful for your people back at home. That's the only advice I've always told her, and she worked hard in school, so I'm sure we'll be proud come January results zikitoka. Namuaminia.
Unamwaminia
Sana.
And one last thing would like to tell either my student mlikuwa na wao high school or your friends, one advice would give them? Kusoma. Masomo peke yake. Yes.
Mostly in high school, people think about kwenda funky, kukuja, kwenda huku, kukuja, kuchukua hii, sijui kwenda wapi, deputy, principal, inakwanga hivyo high school. But the moment ukianza kufocus kwa hizo vitu zingine, unaacha kufocus kwa kitabu. Then sasa unapata you not read, you're going to just be thinking about Monday kuna hii, kesho kuna hii, kesho kuta really kumbuka kuna ile kitu ingine. You not read, utasoma. You'll just be thinking about those things, and then your grades will go like this, and it will not help you in any way. Just focus on your studies and read. Yes.
Well, I think now we've come to the end of the session. Now the remaining bit is on 31st, that is on Tuesday. We'll be here at Mulangoni in Sekuru sub-county for Mr.Ben Musyoka Thanksgiving service. Tukutane Tuesday.